dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month, I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
Our next subject, ladies and gentlemen, is this brother right here. Another brother in the news. Draymond Green. Moochie wanted to talk about this one. So, Moochie, let's let the people catch back up on what's been going on with Draymond Green over the last couple of weeks. Here we go.
The NBA is suspending Draymond Green.
Moochie, you get first crack at this. I'm interested to hear, what do you have to say about Draymond Green?
He needs anger management. Anger management. I feel like he's becoming a liability for the Warriors. And they might, I believe they're going to make moves to get rid of him. He's suspended indefinitely. Do you think he's going to get out the league, or do you think they're going to move him? And where would you think he would go? Like, where do you think that he could, how I could say it? Where would you think they would want a player like that? Or do you think he's going to be so toxic where no one wants him?
He's an enforcer, and in this generation of the NBA, we have enforcers, but they're not enforcers like the 90s. And this guy kind of reminds me of a 90s style enforcer, except for, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not condoning his behavior. You know, what he's doing is wrong. And he came out and said himself, he didn't mean to hit this guy, but what he was doing was trying to sell a call. That's what he said. That's what he said he was trying to do, sell the call and inadvertently hit this guy. Well, the problem is, if you're acting for the referee, you basically telling me you damn one stage play away from winning an Oscar. How don't I know you're not acting when you say you are just trying to sell a call for the referee, when really what you're doing is hitting this guy and pretending that you're selling a call for the referee? And he's a repeat offender. He's been doing this over and over and over again like it's a part-time damn job for the NBA because he keep getting fined so much damn money. He definitely needs anger management. I could see him going to, there's only a handful of places I could see him going to where they kind of got old school people in management and coaching. Miami with Pat Riley, and they would slap his ass on probably a 1-year deal with a lot of incentives, or a 3-year minimum with a lot of incentives, because Draymond is still a starting player. You can't sit here and say he's not talented, because the man can rebound, he can pass, he can defend. He still has those skills. I could see him maybe in San Antonio with a Greg Popovich. I could see him there.
I'm gonna go with Coach Drehead, and my brother said the same thing. I see him with the Mavericks. They run and gun like that, and he's gonna be one of them people that's gonna be ready to put people in chokeholds and headlocks and stomp to the chest and all that other stuff. He's gonna be still doing what he do if he go there. They're gonna really have to if you smacking people in practice. Come on, you smacking people in practice.
It wasn't smacking. He punched them out, and they had that on film.
I was trying to be polite because,
Man, Moochie's trying to be
and yoking them out and all of that. I'm trying to be on my best behavior, Lamont.
Moochie's such a lady. He punched that guy daylights into next year, man. And you see, they moved Jordan Poole because they had loyalty to Draymond. And he's still out here doing the same mess. So it's like, Draymond, you got to calm down. Maybe I'll meet you one day, and if you ask me the same thing, I'm gonna say the same thing. But I would love to meet you and talk to you and see what's going on. But bruh, calm it down, man. Extend that career as far as you can extend it.
He just signed somebody said he just signed a 4-year deal for $100 million.
He did.
They gotta figure out they're gonna lose money with this trade. So does that mean that?
No, because there's only one sports league where the money is fully guaranteed, and that's baseball. So what they could do is finagle some draft picks, have the next team pick up some of the capital, and I'm sure there's clauses in there that say if you do something detrimental to the team, we don't have to pay you the money. So we could see any number of those scenarios happen, Moochie, but they can get rid of him if they want to.
But you think they just gonna trade him?
It's hard to say because, like I said, when he had a problem with a teammate, he's had problems with multiple teammates. One reason I got this is because it wasn't just Jordan Poole he had problems with. He called Kevin Durant the B word. And you see what the team did? Instead of trying to fit the team to keep KD, the team just didn't do anything to help KD. They just said, we'll let you go. Then we turn around with Jordan Poole, and they let him go. So they've shown complete loyalty to Draymond, but at some point in time, your value has to supersede the loyalty. Like, you got to keep updating your resume. You're only as good as what you can give somebody in that moment.
And he's not getting them to the championship because he keep getting suspended. He done messed up. This is like the third time that they was getting ready to go to they had a promising to go to the championships, and he does something where he's suspended for a whole bunch of games.
Not to mention, a lot of people still feel like that championship the Cleveland Cavaliers won and Draymond got ejected for that final game. A lot of people feel like the Golden State Warriors would have won that championship had he not got himself ejected. So,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Post your comments, y'all. Let us know what you think. Draymond got anything left in the tank? Will anybody want him? I think somebody will, and I think he'll get traded, but I don't think his career is done. He might be suspended. In my opinion, he's not suspended indefinitely. They might suspend him probably till after the All-Star break, something like that. But let me know what y'all think.
Well,
now, Moochie, are you?
All this time.
Yeah, he's not.
Learn to keep your hands to yourself.
Let me read some comments I missed from the big brother Steve. Steve said, it's not trumped up. He did the crime. He needs to deal with the result. They have the receipts of past altercations. Stop beating women. So Moochie, has he beat some women? Has he beat her in the past or something that I missed?
They saying I never they remember I told you they brought up other relationships, his other relationships, how he's abusive. Right. There's a whole bunch of stuff on TikTok about him too with previous relationships. But
okay,
it's his temper. They saying his temper is crazy. Then you had him in that movie where he was the bodybuilder. That didn't come out, and they were saying that whole movie is based off a bodybuilder. You know what? You know the routine where he probably was using that make him have a temper, and how abusive he was, and how aggressive he was. So you coming off the heels of this movie, acting like this person. You just came off from being a boxer. So all of this stuff is gonna look. Sometimes art imitate life.
Well, I mean, if you have a history of beating people, it's just like Draymond. I mean, you've already done put
it's just a matter of time.
In place, so right. So yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah, don't beat women. That ain't cool. And if you got a history of it, I 100% agree and see more and more reasons why the jury went the way they did. He's lucky they didn't go completely hardcore and give him all the charges. Steve comes back again and says, and appreciate the super chats too, y'all. Steve says he's a very talented player, but until he can control himself, he's a liability anywhere. There's no place for that in the NBA. I agree with Steve again. There is no place for that in the NBA. And if the threat of losing your career is not enough for Draymond, what's going to do it? Probably nothing. So we'll see.